Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we got the Lamelo Ball build in NBA 2K23. I want to talk to you guys and bring this build to you because I personally do feel like these oversized play shot builds are what's truly dominating 2K23. The point forwards, the super tall PGs, whatever you want to call them, they're really good. And I think truly like what makes this so good is because these small guards are getting absolutely nerfed into the ground. Like you can have really nearly the same 3-pointer that a lot of these small PGs have, the same ball handle and nearly the same speed with ball. It's not actually what the speed with ball would be. There would be more around like 93, 94, something like that. But either way, the fact that you are probably 5-6 inches taller than them and still have nearly the same ball handle 3-pointer and speed with ball, and obviously you're not gonna get absolutely tossed around on defense like they would. So to be 6'7", 180, 6'10" wingspan, and honestly you could go ahead and change your body shape if you would like. I just go slight because that's what a lot of small PGs would do, but you can go ahead and make like built, defined, whatever you want to do with it. Either way though, this is my deal with this. You're going to be matched up on a lot of other smaller PGs too, if they end up playing against you. Or if you end up just matching the meta and you end up like literally matching up a 6'7" with a 6'7" and you're the point guard, they're the point guard, then it is what it is. It just comes down to who is better. Literally simple as that. Now, if you ever want to like bite the meta or just like absolutely just counter what other people are doing, obviously you could try and do creative things like what I have a 6'9" pure inside that I'm dominating with too right now. I cannot wait to show you guys that gameplay and stuff like that. But anyway, just to get back to the topic of the video with the Lamelo Ball stuff, obviously you're going to be struggling a little bit on the defensive end. It's nothing super crazy. Like we only have 74 prim D, 65 steal, and 66 D board. This will be enough to contribute to the defensive rebounding aspect though. You're not going to be targeted on passes where you can still hold your own a little bit in the passing lanes, and then 74 prim D can definitely hold its own too as far as just on-ball defense situations. You're not playing any chase downs though. I think you're going to have to play a little bit of rotation defense if you get beat off the dribble. And that's just it. That is what it is, obviously. Now the whole point of this build, like I said, is to be an oversized play shot. You have 91 ball handle at 89, as you can see, get the Hall of Fame quick first step, which is insane. And this is why I truly do believe like this is why the taller play shot builds or the taller point forward type builds are eating this year, is because of that quick first step requirement. I mean, it's crazy that these can be tied to post control and ball handle. I think realistically it would make a lot of sense if it only were tied to speed with ball, but even at that you can still easily get this on gold, as you can see. So yeah, long story short, I mean this literally is an oversized play shot that has nearly the same ball handle and speed with ball, and we've already talked about that plenty of times so far obviously. But again, to just kind of drive that point home forward even more on you guys, like the point guards that I know are literally running like 94 ball handle for gold handles for days. Now that's the one thing that you're not getting compared to them. Other than that though, they're really the same thing as you. They got gold hyperdrive, they got gold clamp breaker, killer combos. They may potentially have Hall of Fame applicable, pretty unlikely though, and quick first step, Hall of Fame. Everything is literally the exact same thing. With the shooting, they also are literally just going for 92 3-pointer on 6'1" builds. It's crazy. I've even seen people who are playing comp pro-am with a 6'3" point guard with 85 3-pointer. That's crazy to me. Why would you ever make a 6'3" or anything that's even in that range of height when you literally could just make something taller that has the same 3-pointer, dunk, ball handling, speed with ball? Every single rating is just literally 3 or 4 inches taller. I literally do not get why people are doing stuff like that. But anyway, another small note that I want to make as far as this Lamelo Ball build goes is there's actually pass styles. So if you reach certain thresholds, like I think Jason Williams is the highest one at 90 pass accuracy, but then at 85 you get Magic Johnson and Lamelo Ball too, and they both look really good. So if you want to be an elite passer in this game, I think 85 pass accuracy is a very good threshold to shoot for. As you can see, you also get Hall of Fame dimer and gold bailout. If you go to 86 however, you will see that, and I'll just go ahead and showcase it to you, you're going to see the 3 badges that change between 85 to 86. You get Needle Threader, Break Starter, and Floor General on one level higher, and I will say that's a really cool thing to be able to contribute to your team. And I'll say Needle Threader low-key might be on some broken stuff. I've seen that maybe it's like stunning people as the ball is thrown. It might just be a bug in the game as far as making people do that, but I don't know. You guys might have to stay tuned for that Needle Threader stuff because it might be some information that you need to stay on the look for. But anyway, again, pass accuracy, you want to have at least the 85 as far as playing like Lamelo. Again, good handles, good speed with ball, mediocre defense, really good physicals. I mean, he is a very like athletic player at the end of the day. I wish I could have gave him a little bit more vertical, and we still gave 65 driving dunk for quick drops off too. It's a very capable dunk package. I highly recommend looking into it. I will say though, you cannot get limitless takeoff unless you get a couple more finishing badges because you're going to need it like tier 3 equipped, which means you have to spend at least 10 right here in these tier 1s and 2s, and you'd have to have at least 5 finishing to be able to get limitless takeoff on bronze. Quick drops off too, still looks plenty fine even without limitless takeoff, but this would enhance it a little bit. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, you have the driving layup ability, you have mediocre driving dunk ability, you can still mash a little bit with a close shot as well. So if you leave your layup timing on and have that Hall of Fame Pro Touch, maybe some Giant Slayer, Acrobat, something like that, Fearless Finisher could be a pretty solid tier 2 as well. I don't know if you'd really want to run post-core related things like obviously drop stepper and post spin, but it's up to you what you want to run with the finishing. And obviously you could still make revisions to this build. If you wanted to just take the finishing off completely, it will go a long way. Like taking this driving dunk off and taking the driving layup as far down as it gets you can give you a lot of defense. Like I'm talking a lot of defense. You can see we're going to go ahead and just drop that stuff down and then boom, back into ball handling all the way up to 91. Now you can see we're literally going to turn this into like almost a pure lock, like 92 perimeter D for gold clamps. You could get steal all the way up to like a soup level as well. 83. The rebounding maybe even more serviceable. I mean, things like this can be changed around and you could go ahead and make this a defensive play shot and not focus on driving layup. But again, we're here to kind of try and simulate Lamelo Ball's playstyle, so we're not exactly going to just make him a literal pure lockdown defender. But anyway, we'll go ahead and showcase to you guys the badge budgeting on this and just give you a look at what you'd be working with. As far as the takeovers go, I think Team Takeover Boost and Limitless Range could be a nice little duo. You can get slash take on this, which is really freaking weird to me. Like, I have no idea why. Like, look at these ratings. I don't know, this does not scream slash and takeover to me at all. But then again, I guess they do give the guards generally for takeovers. It's not always, but it's very, very common. But anyway, like I said, I'd probably just run play it sharp. Simple as that. Limitless Range is looking really good too. And obviously, I'm a huge fan of Team Takeover Boost. I believe it's one of the best, most slept on takeovers that there are. But anyway, as far as the comparisons, they're not great, I will say. I mean, obviously, you know, the title is pretty solid with the whole like 3-point shot creator. But yeah, I mean, you got Kirk Heinrich, D'Angelo Russell, and Tyrese Halliburton. It's not the greatest by any means, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and go into the test builder, showcase to you guys the badges, and maybe explain where you'd want to put the extra +4 on. All right, so as far as the badges, I think they're looking really good as far as the budgeting goes. Like, we'll give you a quick overview of everything. So here's a look at the finishing, the shooting, we have the playmaking, and then the defense. Again, we'll come back to all this like one at a time. We're gonna go through the finishing, but I just want to let you guys know, like, everything looks very good even without putting the extra +4s on. As far as where I would recommend to put them, probably shooting. As you can see, you can maybe add like literally just guard up entirely as a Hall of Fame badge for it being tier 1. But anyway, as far as the finishing goes, you can see we have a lot of tier 1s, and then obviously the one tier 2 is gonna be Fearless Finisher. You could have the option of like fast twitch, masher, stuff like that. I think personally, you're not gonna be doing a whole lot of like close shot spamming or anything like that. And even when you do, it's probably gonna be on smaller guards that stand no chance anyway of defending you. So I like the idea of like Giant Slayer, Pro Touch, Acrobat. Drop Stepper is just the one extra badge that we had left over, but as you can see, like, everything looks pretty good right here. Chances are you're not going to be able to core badge Fearless Finisher for a little bit, so just keep in mind you're probably going to completely cut out Drop Stepper and maybe drop Giant Slayer like a level or 2 or something like that, or Pro Touch, or Acrobat, whatever the case may be. It's just a general idea for what the badges are going to be looking like, because core badges are pretty hard to get. Also, I see I didn't core badge the defense, so we'll make a quick little change. Alright, so onto the shooting. I'm a fan of the idea of having a couple bronze badges in the tier 1s. I think truly if you don't have those tier 1s equipped, I think you're sliding yourself quite a bit, and you could even make the case for me adding those extra shooting badge points and putting things like Bronze Guard Up, Mini Magician, Claymore, and maybe upgrading something like Amped or Clutch Shooter, Comeback Kid. It's just, I like the idea of spreading your tier 1s out through a lot of bronze badges because they're so cheap and you can just really afford to do stuff like that. Whereas to put Bronze Corner Specialist on cost me 3 instead of 1. I think that's a huge trade-off, and you really in the tier 2s and 3s should be selective with what you equip and should be more specialist oriented. And as you can see, we have a lot of tier 3s equipped right here. Fading as far as Agent 3, Deadeye, and Limitless Range core badge. And then we have Hall of Fame Green Machine, which I think is a very must-have in this game. I mean, I've seen one white probably go in my entire 170 games of Park played so far. So to not have Green Machine is literally just sliding yourself, whether it's a good badge or not, as far as like how much it truly impacts whether you green or not. Literally, you have to green to make shots. So honestly, Green Machine is a no-brainer on Hall of Fame to me if you can get it. As far as the playmaking goes, obviously I'm kind of in the same boat as far as equipping a lot of those tier 1s. Hall of Fame Dimer is such a great budget. It's unbelievable to me that you can run this on Hall of Fame for only 4 points when you have things like Hall of Fame Unpluckable, or like even the fact that Clamp Breaker on Hall of Fame would cost you 8 is crazy when Dimer can still be afforded for 4. So anyway, we have Post Playmaker on bronze. You never know. You might be on a little occasional driving kick. Mismatch expert for again, the occasional big man or 6'8", 6'9" build that's lined up on you. Honestly, you could probably cut out on this one though and maybe upgrade Post Playmaker or something like that. Needle Threader, like I said, if you want to upgrade that 1 extra pass accuracy, you could get this on gold, and it's also in the tier 1, so it might even be worth doing something like that. Hyperdrive, I've seen so many guards cutting out on this. It makes no sense. I don't know why they don't use it. It's because of probably some outside left-right guards that are just spamming screens again. You know, they don't think Hyperdrive matters, but I think it's a really good badge as far as movement, and it's going crazy on my 6'9" too. Hall of Fame Quick First Step, Silver Handles for Days, and Gold Unpluckable. We don't have killer combos, we don't have clamp breakers, so again, if you wanted to put more badges on any category, it's going to be shooting or playmaking in my opinion. I think it makes a lot of sense to do that, especially if you want to play like Lamelo, obviously. For defense, we have pretty much everything we can literally equip that's going to be useful. So you can see we have literally Hall of Fame off-ball pest on, because the only thing else you could put on is like bronze brick wall, bronze post lockdown, and then bronze pogo sticks. So literally, we have everything we can equip. Silver ankle braces, bronze box out beast, bronze pick dodger. We have silver workhorse, Hall of Fame off-ball pest, and then silver menace as our core badge. This is our Lamelo Ball build. It's an oversized play shot that is looking really good as far as fitting the meta. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, sub if you're new, tell them noties, all the good stuff. And like always, try to 1 to 2,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put Lamelo or you can put Ball in the comment search support that you made it all the way through. And again, if we could try this 1 to 2K, I'd really appreciate that. And we'll keep on coming with the player videos. I'm low-key planning to make a couple more comp builds though, like ones that don't have to fit a certain player model, and I want to just showcase you guys like really good builds that are the best in the game for your rebirths or whatever the case may be. So anyway, that's all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Done that. Take these, man. Peace.